Nike, what are you doing? I don't. Let's go. A running shoe battle today in the studio. The ASICS MetaSpeed Sky versus the Nike Next Percent 2. I'd say a very highly anticipated running shoe battle for 2021. Half marathon and marathon neutral road racing shoes coming at you once again in the studio. Let me just put these over here on the shelf before we dive in. I forgot yesterday the comment of the day, so I'm actually going to do it right now to make sure I don't forget. Shout out to Wassan Al-Basri, who said, remember yesterday I talked about why I run easy, slow, in order to race fast. In case you missed that vlog, upper right hand corner. And he said on today's vlog in the comments, watching your videos helped me slow down the last year. Basically came to terms with not running my easy runs faster than you. If I'm also not running as fast as you, and my 5K personal best dropped 2 minutes. So thank you, Wassan. You get the comment of the day. So inspiring. And I gotta tell you, I know I'm here in the studio talking with all of you here on YouTube. I'm up in the mountains, throwing the drone up in the sky, trying to capture some beauty to hopefully inspire all of you, yes, of course, to turn that doorknob every day. If, or maybe you're taking a day off, that's fine too. But at the end of the day, it's comments like this that is inspiring me back. So it's a circle, it's a cycle, okay? I try to inspire you through the beautiful images, through, giving you some tips and tricks every now and then, but then you inspire me back like Wassan today with your comments down below. So thank you for commenting. It does not go unnoticed or underappreciated. Now, got to give a shout out to, I'm always trying to make the point, especially when we're talking about running shoe battles, is that I'm just going to keep driving this home. Our running YouTubers telling you how many miles or kilometers they've put into a shoe before a first impression. Obviously, that's probably not going to be a lot of mileage, or a full review. Forest of Dean Runner, got to give him a shout out over in the UK. He's always being, I think, very clear in how many miles or kilometers he's put into a shoe before giving a review. So Forest of Dean Runner, giving you a shout out. Thank you, sir. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll try to remember to link to it upper right hand corner. And so for today, for me, my 50-mile full reviews, here it is on your screen. I've done, I believe it's 60 in the Next Percent 2. This is mileage that's collected on Strava. And then the ASICS MetaSpeed Sky, I believe we took right to 50. So there you go. That gives you a sense. And the reason that's so critical that us YouTubers are communicating with all of you is that so that you can trust us. It's like if I'm just doing 16 miles in a shoe and then giving you my thoughts, that's not much experience in a running shoe. So anyway, just putting it out there. Now, as we dive in, let's take them off the shelf here. 2 shoes, brand new on the marketplace, really in the last month. They're not widely available yet, but don't worry, they'll be coming soon. I'll try and do some more research on when these will be available, and I'll post it down below in the description. So let's dive in. The drop is actually quite a bit different. ASICS MetaSpeed Sky. And what is the drop? Oh, for those that don't know, it's the slope inside the shoe from heel to toe. So when I talk about the stack height, I'm talking about the stack height of the midsole and the heel, and the stack height of the forefoot. And in that, so you subtract the forefoot stack height from the heel stack height, and that gives you the slope or the drop. I call it the drop. Some people call it the slope. There's some other terms out there, but 5mm in the MetaSpeed Sky, 8mm in the Next Percent 2, and we're looking at 40 and 32 and 33 and 28 for the MetaSpeed Sky. For me personally, for a racing shoe, I've said it a million times, I prefer a higher drop. I prefer a lower drop for easy days. Therefore, winner, chicken dinner, going to the Nike Next Percent 2 for the drop. I think ASICS, I suspect that drop is going to go up down the road. I'm not sure why it's 5. I think most, from what, I mean, I think at least 6. And I think 10, yeah, I'm not afraid of a 10 millimeter drop, frankly. Anyway, winner, Nike Next Percent 2 for the drop. Moving on to the weight, let's just confirm Next Percent 2 is coming in at 6.2 ounces. And in my size, in the ASICS MetaSpeed Sky, we are looking at 6.1 ounces. Winner, chicken dinner going to the ASICS. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, everyone. I didn't see that coming, frankly. To compete, I'll just say it. To compete with a ZoomX midsole foam, it's just so ASICS. Great job on the weight of the MetaSpeed Sky. Moving on to the upper for the lockdown, we are going with. This was very, very, very difficult. But at the end of the day, Next Percent 2. And really for one reason, two reasons. I actually enjoy how the eyelet chain, and that is literally the holes that the shoelaces go through. I enjoy the eyelet chain sneaking off to the side here on the top of the midfoot. I like that feel. And in addition, Nike added a little extra, just a little, not much, just the right amount to the tongue as far as a little padding to help with that lockdown as you're kind of cinching the shoe onto your foot before race day or a fast workout. So it was close, very close, but winner for the lockdown goes to the Nike Next Percent 2. Now for the upper overall, we got a curveball here going ASICS MetaSpeed Sky. And the reason is a little more padding through the collar, and I have a little issue at the back of the heel counter in the Next Percent 2. There's this padding here. So therefore, I went, I don't know how Nike could improve that, but I actually don't love that padding. I feel like somehow they could engineer a way for that padding. I usually get a little bit of, depending on the socks I'm wearing, a little bit of rubbing through the heel counter. It's not the end of the world. Usually I don't get a blister, but I got to give the winner to the overall upper to the ASICS MetaSpeed Sky. Also, I mean, as far as breathability, it's essentially a tie. I could nitpick that, but it's so darn close as far as breathability, especially through that toe box. Tough one, but there you go. Midsole, moving on to that midsole. It's gonna be very difficult for the not so distant future to compete with the ZoomX midsole foam and the fact that there is so much ZoomX through the midsole. You know, that's a pretty significant difference as far as the stack height. Once again, there it is on your screen. Also, overall, I just prefer that 8 millimeter drop, which that's the overall engineering, the tuning of the shoe, and I prefer that higher drop. So therefore, overall ride and energy return is still going to the Next Percent 2. If this was, let's say, an 8 or 9 millimeter drop, I don't know what that would do to the overall midsole ride and energy. If I would prefer, I don't know. But at this point in time, 5 millimeter, 8 millimeter, and okay, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry, I won't break it. Yeah, okay. Let me just remind myself there. Hold on, bear with me. Yeah, okay, interesting. MetaSpeed Sky is a little more rigid, stiff. I'm not sure how to play that. Whatever word you want to use, it's not flexing as much. It's interesting. That's why I just think it could benefit from a little more midsole stack height in the heel. I really do. I think, 33 in the heel? Bump it up to 35 or 36 ASICS, and we are talking beautiful. I really do think that would help this shoe overall compete with the ride and energy return of the Nike Next Percent 2. Winner, chicken dinner to the Nike. Okay, moving on to that outsole. This was a difficult one as well. But at the end of the day, it's interesting. I think, all right, I'm going ASICS MetaSpeed Sky. I think the reason why, I just think it's tuned correctly through the forefoot. I like these little holes under the forefoot. I think this rubber on the outsole of the Next Percent 2 is too thick. I think they could reduce it, and some people would make the argument that helps with the responsiveness of the shoe. That could be, but at the end of the day, I just think it's too much. So I'm going ASICS MetaSpeed Sky for the Outsole. There we go, on to the fit. Oh man, this was another tough one, but at the end of the day, I prefer for racing a snug fit. ASICS MetaSpeed Sky was a little too much room for my liking through the toe box, just ever so slightly. Now for you, as you're considering these shoes, think about the socks you're gonna pair with the shoe. In fact, when you buy the shoes online or in a running shoe, you're probably gonna have to buy them online because I don't suspect stores are gonna stock these very much. So make sure you have a good return policy and make sure you have already purchased. This is the tip of the day. Make sure you've already purchased and you know the socks you want to race in, okay? And therefore, when you get the shoe at your house, you pull them out of the box, you put your racing socks on, and you take them out for a test run. If you're allowed to take them outside, I don't know, depending on the return, you should be able to. And therefore, you know the socks you're gonna pair. But for me, fit goes to Nike Next Percent 2 because I prefer, and Nike's kind of known for a little more of a narrow fit, which works better for my foot. So therefore, winner going to the Nike Next Percent 2. Overall comfort, ASICS MetaSpeed Sky, mostly for that durometer. Yeah, it's a slightly softer. Now, for comfort, for racing, I'm not, all right, if you know 26 miles, pavement, ouch, first marathon, this is gonna hurt, you might want to go MetaSpeed Sky just for a little more forgiveness underfoot. It's definitely a softer durometer score compared to, let me just remind myself here, yeah, compared to that Nike, it's just slightly, not too much, but it could make a difference, especially after that 20-mile mark. And again, for me, I'm not crazy concerned about comfort for race day shoes, but winner, chicken dinner to the MetaSpeed Sky. Durability prediction, I hate giving out ties, but I gave out a tie. Sorry about that. It's just like the midsole compression is essentially the same after 50 to 60 miles. It's just, oh man. So I went tie for durability. I'm sorry. I don't like giving out ties, but durability, we're in that, I think to get that full benefit from the midsole and that carbon fiber plate, kind of that 150 to 250 range is my prediction. All right, there you go. Here we go. Moving on. Price point. Oh boy, this is a shocker. $225. Nike, what are you doing? Nobody can explain the $225 price point versus $250 for the MetaSpeed Sky. Winner. I mean, come on. That's crazy. I don't understand. That's basically taxes. It's like you're paying, it's like if you get this guy, you're saving on taxes compared to how much you would pay for this guy. So winner, Nike Next Percent 2. There you go. Now, before we sign off here are some other shoes that I'm putting as closest as possible to these shoes with respect to the overall weight and performance that are also, now these are 2020 shoes, okay? 2021, all the companies haven't rolled out their marathon shoes yet. I suspect in the next couple months we're gonna see more arrive. And yes, I will link to the marathon racing shoe matrix vlog from late 2020, upper right-hand corner, all right? Go check that out in case you haven't seen it. Now, overall scores, 50-mile full reviews, we are looking at 7.6 out of 10 for the Nike Next Percent 2 versus 7.53 out of 10 for the ASICS MetaSpeed Sky. At the end of the day, if I had to purchase one, I would buy the Nike Next Percent 2 for my next marathon or half marathon race. There's the winner of the running shoe battle. It was close. This is the closest. I'm shocked. I mean, Adidas didn't come close. Saucony came kind of close. Let's see. New Balance was kind of in the ballpark, but at the end of the day, by far, I'm going to say this is the closest from a performance standpoint to the Next Percent 2. So if you're intrigued to try something new, I don't think you're going to be disappointed by the MetaSpeed Sky. But for me, Nike Next Percent 2 is the winner. Question of the day. What should be the next running shoe battle in the studio and why? If you want to branch outside of the marathon landscape, make your case, all right? If I see a trend happening down below in the comments, a big trend, I will make sure that that's the next one, okay? So think about all the shoes that I have. What would you like me to compare just to give you my thoughts on the running shoe lineup of 2021. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We will toss it to that Marathon Racing Shoe Matrix vlog. Marathon Racing Shoe Matrix vlog. Right there, right there, right there. Thanks for tuning in as always. Have a great week, everybody. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.